thought, Nam Maharaj Marcia here. We have this amazing event of energy that is already in our hearts, it's already in our nervous system. Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling confused? Has there been a big loss, or do you feel like something is slipping from your fingers? Everything right now, as in all life, but this is an intense chapter for humanity in the breaking down, the dissolving of certain aspects of our lives that cannot go into the new timeline. And part of what we're feeling now is a lot of things pulling us in different directions. The Lionsgate has everything to do with this peak of energy. Saturday is going to bring you this burst of clarity, this burst of light, this big yes. And sometimes the yes is, I know that I can do this behavior or this way of thinking in my life totally different. This is one of the things that has come to my awareness with my students and with my clients, is that there's something amazing in the field with God and the angelic realm, and I really feel it from my team, the Higher Light family. And that is that where you used to be stuck, you're just not. It's just easier to elevate out of a behavior, out of a way of thinking, out of a situation in your life that is tasking too much energy. Energy is currency. And part of our energy is where we pay attention, where we give our consciousness to. And consciousness is so connected to the sun. And the sun has been sending us these huge gamma rays, these big doses of plasma. It's changing our DNA. It's dropping the veils that have stood between us and our higher aspects of human evolution. And it's over. It's only going to keep increasing. I really want to get clear with everybody. Your highest frequency is your consciousness. Where you pay attention, that thing, that person, that situation is getting to have the most precious part of who you are. So this Lionsgate is going to give us a burst of clarity. It's going to give us a burst of optimism. It's going to give you this amazing opening that you see clearly. Oh my gosh, this is why this has dropped away. This is why these things have left my life, because this is what is calling me forward. And the fear and apprehension, you're not even having to work that hard to get it to dissipate. It's just dropping away. Because the work you've done has raised your vibration to a level that kind of distraction and that kind of fear and that kind of way that you kept yourself stuck is not going to work anymore. And so you simply don't vibrate there. Having said that, when we are making these big decisions to start these new chapters, there's always going to be a little bit of residue, like, oh my God, what if it's not okay? What if I don't make the money? Or what if they don't love me? One of the biggest things that has changed in my field, and I share with my students and my audience, is simply this. Don't just sweep that under the rug, even though you know it's not true. Be curious enough, be loving enough to yourself that you tune in and you listen and you acknowledge that fear. You give it at least 90 seconds. And believe it or not, because of the acceleration of time, sometimes 90 seconds can feel like an hour and a half. So giving it that time, don't affirmation it away like, oh, I know this new chapter is great. That all is true. Got it. However, our human beingness, our feelings are meant to be felt. They're meant to be seen. They're meant to be heard. And when we truly feel them, we not only clear and heal, we also gain energy and better clarity about our new chapter. So no sweeping under the rug. The sky is amazing. The sun will be at 15 degrees, so it's in a Libra degree, and it's the Leo sun is asking you to receive. Will you receive this? Will you receive this? I want to give you this burst of light. Always think of the sun as like the father. That's the father energy. So this father energy is giving you that protection seal, that illuminating of your path. This is what's on hand so that you can take a meaningful step in the right direction. Immediately following Saturday, there is going to be a rest period. You may even feel exhausted, like rest isn't even a choice. I have to. You're going to rest. You're going to integrate. And then what's going to happen is the new moon in Aquarius, and we'll have a separate video on that. But the Lion's Gate is preparation for that solar eclipse, okay? Solar eclipse, new moon in Aquarius. That is when the chapter, like you're standing on the yellow brick road. You are walking now towards the Emerald City. But the Lion's Gate is when Glenda lands. She's got the magic. She reassures Dorothy. She gives her those ruby slippers. And there's an excitement like, follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road. That is what is happening. And it's preparing us to actually step on the yellow brick road when that new moon in Aquarius comes and start making our journey into the highest evolution of your life yet. The highest evolution of your consciousness is opening on the 12th of August. And right now we are leading up to it. So there has been, with the Barbo's basket, I've done lots of videos on that. And now this gateway to the Lion's Gate, it has been about release. It has been about death. It has been about letting go. It's been about disappointment. It is so interesting as our consciousness is raising the way we handle disappointment. And there's going to be some flare-ups of like, oh my gosh, Marcia, you're exactly as you used to be. But that's a minor note. And when that comes, it comes to be taken care of. It comes for love. It comes for healing. But for the most part, haven't you noticed? It just doesn't affect you like it used to. This is why in Kundalini Yoga, I am really doing as much meaningful effort for my clients to access neutrality, to access this place of peace. The place of neutrality is a place where love can be so juicy, because when we're neutral, fear doesn't worry about, oh my God, how long is this going to last? You can just be in the joy. It goes the other way too. When we're in pain, we have the patience and the compassion and the tenderness with self to actually feel it. That is all about processing energy to get it into a meaningful wave of becoming. This wave of your growth, of your healing, is pushing you into the Lion's Gate. And the Lion's Gate is like Simba standing in the spotlight. It's so a gift. Saturday is going to be a gift. It's going to feel so good. And you've worked for it. And some ideas will be coming together and go, oh my goodness, it's this, this, and this. Write down your inspirations this week leading up to it and on the day. And then be patient. Take deep breaths. Allow yourself to integrate. Because like I said, when that new moon comes on the August 12th, you're stepping onto a new path. You know, sometimes because of our astrology charts, we all have different ways it's plugging in. Like where my Leo is, it's in the first house and a little bit in the second house. So it is all about being seen and what the value of that is. For you, it might be in the home, or it might be in the body and health. So it lands in different places. Also, because of our age, there's different pockets of age where big revolutions need to happen. We're not all at the same thing at the same time. Thank God, right? So my point is, I've had this happen so many times in the last couple years that the big thing was I was going to think different. The big thing was my heart became secure and peaceful. So it wasn't like this outer thing like, oh, Marcia's now doing blah, blah, blah. No, it was, okay, so it wasn't necessarily seen by others, but it was felt. But it was a big, huge energy upgrade. And I knew it. This is a big part of our spiritual growth right now. It has to be enough that it is big to you. So join me this Saturday. On Saturday, my class is going to be 2 hours. It's going to be a gift to everybody. I have an amazing Kriya and this meditation process that I've been using that I'm going to teach you in the Lion's Gate. to bring about the kind of love and the kind of sustainable joy that you've been longing for. So on August 8th, Saturday at 9:30, join me. And in the meantime, pay attention. Pay attention to what is getting your attention. That's your consciousness. And there is some darker forces at all times, always been, lessening their power for sure though, that is how it survives, is by our consciousness from humans. We're not going to be doing that anymore. And not only that, as we hone our consciousness and we use it in a beneficial, productive way, we are evolving into that supernatural part of our humanity. That's why in the yogis, they call it the cities. You know, Yeshua, Jesus, he went to India for 18 years. He did yoga with Mahavatar Babaji, the master yogi. So why could he walk on water? Why could he heal? Not just because he was the Son of God, but because he had harnessed his consciousness, his supernatural power to be able to call on it in a blink of an eye. We're all supposed to go there. And this Lion Gate is going to give you a little initiation into that. I hope you have an amazing day. Thanks for listening. Sat Nam.